a shop may invest in an aluminum repair station. That station's dedicated to aluminum, which is fine. And there's products on the market that are very effective and they're nice tools. However, they're dedicated to aluminum only. So therefore, they're always waiting for that job to come into the shop so they can start getting a return on their investment. With the UNI-9850, the day they put it into the shop, they can start recovering their investment because of the versatility of it, because they can use it on steel and aluminum, because they can use it on and paint off repairs. A number of years ago, people came to us as the supplier of the stud guns and asked, why couldn't we just make an aluminum stud gun? Well, unfortunately, it's not that easy. There's more technology required, a different approach to doing aluminum repair. With our background, we knew a lot about dent repair and panel repair. We came up with the UNI-9850, which is a complete dent repair station. When we speak about glue pulling with the UNI-9850 Dent Repair Station, we're not necessarily talking about PDR type work. This is a little bit heavier duty. It's for moving large areas of metal that have been dented or that need to be repaired. And we can move these large areas with the paint on using our heavy duty glue process. The advantage to that is that when moving the panel with glue, you can maintain the definition that comes along with keeping the paint on. So it's a lot easier for them to define the area of repair with paint on than paint off. And by doing so, they can at least rough it in to the point where they can then more exactly know where they need to remove paint to finish the dent repair process. The system includes a combination of tools and methodologies, if you will, or practices that have been used in the past. Different types of sliding hammers. There's the Stud Buddy, which has been on the market now for a while. We even have our UNIVAC in the system, which has been around for a couple of years now. So some of the things that are included, the techs are familiar with, or at least familiar with enough that they can easily recognize what its benefit is and where it's applicable. But in addition to that is the bridge system. When you're operating our bridges with our wheels, we're not using a lever system where we're going like this and then have to focus in on some way of locking that to maintain the proper tension or stress on the dent as you're relieving stress, or as you're, in the case of aluminum, we're heating, and we need to heat that and allow the dent to come back up and then hold that until it cools down and it recovers its original memory point. And the design of our bridges, they're so easy to use and they're so user-friendly. We're pretty proud of the design, and we know from a functional standpoint that they just work extremely well. The most frequent question that we get asked about the UNI-9850 is the contamination question. When you look at our system that does steel and aluminum, it would appear to be one unit. It, in fact, is two units in one housing. One side does the steel, and that is a transformer-powered system, which is what we need to do steel. The other side, which does the aluminum, is a capacitive discharge system, which allows us to weld down aluminum studs and then put down the different fastening mechanisms to make the pull. Transformer power systems would not give us the power that we need to do aluminum, so therefore we have to go to capacitive discharge. Both of those systems are contained in one housing, but they're completely separate. We have separate grounds and separate welding guns. There is no fear of contamination because they're totally separate systems. We just introduced our new UNI stud, which is a new design for welding on the high-strength steels. Whether you're putting down regular studs, the UNI studs, whether you're putting down our UNI tabs, which is the system the tabs you would use for the bridge pulling, or a number of other options that are available on the steel side, including UNI wire. Some people refer to that as wiggle wire, shrinking tips for putting down rivets so you can hang your body clips, things of that nature. The tool, or the gun, if you will, that puts all these different types of devices down is very flexible and uniquely designed, because you can do what we call straight-on welding, which would be more for your vertical areas of repair. And if you were doing something horizontal like a hood or a roof, we can simply convert the gun into a 90-degree approach, which is much more ergonomically friendly to the technician that's using the system. That design is unique as far as we know. The responses from the shops that have invested in it has been nothing but positive. They love the versatility of it. They like the fact that, again, they're using it the day they put it in the shop. They're not waiting for a job to appear where they can use it. The heavy-duty glue has been more than passionately embraced, way beyond our expectations. We knew that it was going to have some validity, but this is way beyond what we expected. It's just a very, very functional system.